Cancer, what is going on? And welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy day. I hope things are moving well in your world. We've been having some tension. We're just coming off of a full moon in Cancer. Usually when full moons, new moons are in our sign, however, we tend to navigate them a little bit easier, despite some of the tension, frustration that's been playing out in the collective. We have a couple planets in retrograde, Mars being one of them, which is just bringing a lot of limitation. A lot of restriction, lack of opportunities, and it's making us feel a certain kind of way, right? Like places specifically where things were moving fluidly before, that tide has turned, and it feels like it's taking for effing ever, right? It just feels like no matter what you do, where you put good intention, it's taking a minute. And I think there is a lot of reshuffling happening in the collective. We just had Pluto move into Aquarius, for example. It will be in Aquarius for the next 18 years or so. And it really is giving us the opportunity to set the stage for a life that is more honest, authentic, intrinsic to who we are and how we want to live. But we kind of got to get a lot of the BS out of the way. That's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Little blessing for you, blessing for me and the cards. It's also a really good time to set your own intention as well. So any messages you would like to receive from spirit around your situation, that's a really good way to personalize these collective readings. You can do it for anyone on YouTube. I also offer personal readings. I have a bunch of holistic services that I offer. Readings are one of them. If you vibe, resonate with my energy, with the way I read, definitely hit me up if you want me to look into your specific situation. I love to help, support. And like I said, I do energy healing and Ayurvedic consultation. So if you're looking more for a realignment of that body, mind, soul, I would love to support, right, in any way possible. All right, Cancer, all that info is in the description box below. Hit me up if you are interested, and let's get into it. If the Palo Santo will let me, probably not. Knowing my luck, I keep running out of smudges and forgetting to order them, and so I guess it's been busy. I don't even know. All right, let's get into it, Cancer. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see, sense, understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. Okay, so tension all around. You know, actually, as we're seeing the week progress, we are at the tail end of Capricorn season, i.e. Earth element. So we're seeing some more of that grounding, stabilizing principle, like I said, as the week is moving forward. And it's much needed. It's much needed because a lot of what is happening is triggering us. We see that limitation with Jupiter in retrograde, tensely aspected to Saturn. We're seeing that with the Sun in opposition to Mars. So again, kind of confirming what I was saying earlier, those places that we're trying to find our fire, move things forward, push things forward in our life, and it's just not happening. You know, it is the waiting game, and you're in the middle of a lot of change. This is change you knew was coming. This is change that you could feel, that you could sense. But it looks like you were kind of hoping, crossing your fingers, that it wouldn't happen, that it wouldn't manifest, that maybe you weren't seeing things clearly. And now it's actually happening. It's challenging you a lot as well. It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel comfortable with this Venus tensely aspected to Jupiter. What once felt good, what you once thought, it could just be stability, happy home, happy life, content within yourself, within your world, with that Four of Wands, feeling some level of stability. And now it feels like that's shifting. And in a way that, like I said, you expected it, you knew it was coming, but you didn't want it. Yeah, so we see that Ace of Pentacles. But here's the thing, I think that more balance is coming in. I feel like as much as maybe you were trying to hold off on this thing, it is a blessing in disguise. We have the Lovers, so partnership energy. That doesn't just have to be love. It could be any dynamic, any relationship that you are dealing with. It's messy is what it looks like. We've been getting the Devil a lot. We got the Shadow card as well. Lots of difference of opinions is what I'm seeing, right? Coming from completely opposite perspectives. And pointing the finger and accusing one another of certain things. For you, Cancer, it looks like you were committed to this thing. You, to the best of your ability, worked really hard to kind of keep things balanced in this dynamic. You didn't necessarily, I don't know, I feel like you saw some holes, you saw some cracks, but at the same time, you just kept moving forward with this Devil here. We have the Devil, we have the Shadow. This person or situation is looking at you like you're the one causing problems. And I don't know if you necessarily see it that way. Maybe you're really disappointed about how things have gone. It looks like you're in a space of grief around this change that is right in front of you. It's not necessarily the end of the story quite yet. There is more to come, but it also looks like what's coming feels messy as well, especially with this Shadow card, with the Devil. We have the Four of Cups. I feel like someone's challenging you. I feel like this dynamic is coming to a place where someone's going to challenge you. They're not going to like your response. They don't like the change that is happening, but this change is inevitable to some capacity. You know this, and they know this too on some level, but their expectation is that you will accommodate them, that you will appease them. If they're going to give you this new opportunity, well, you should take it. And you don't really want to. You don't really want to at this point because enough has happened. Like I said, there's just a lot of intensity in this dynamic. Miscommunications, anger, fighting, upset. Or even if it doesn't have to be like a knockdown, drag out war, but it feels tense, it feels intense. And this can be as simple as trying to work with someone and they're just like, no, I'm not gonna do it that way, or I don't see it that way. And so no, it's just like a definitive no. And for you, I feel like you've given this person situation a level of respect. And now that that's changing, they're having a really, really hard time with it. They expect you to fall in line to some capacity. Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it They're afraid that you are going to leave them. They're afraid that this is going to be done and over with, i.e. why they're resorting to certain behavior to keep you around that might not be above board. But it feels counterintuitive to you. And you've been through this process where they're penalizing you, or the only way they know how to communicate is through the penalization, punishment, right? Ghosting you, not responding, not, and you kind of hit this point where you're done and over with it. You feel taken for granted. You feel unappreciated, especially when you were giving this situation so much. Like, this is abundance, it's connection, and it's beauty. And I feel like it went underappreciated. I feel like you know that, you felt that. It pissed you off at some point, and now you're demanding change. This person doesn't want the change, and so they're going to pick at those places within you where they know it's going to trigger you. They want you to need them. Let's see what their plans are around this Devil Shadow card. Okay, yeah. They want to be the one coming out on top. I feel like this part of them, there's going to be kind of an ugly part of them that rears its head. And they're kind of looking at some of the choices that they made as like the wrong ones, but they're going to double down on it, is what I'm seeing. It's almost like that's their only way to get through this. They're going to self-protect. They're going to blame you. They're going to point the finger, but this is a lot of stuff that you know is coming. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I love this. Almost there and breakthrough. So you're almost at the end of this. We're seeing this in the collective all across the board, where there are things, i.e. Uranus in retrograde, Uranus retrograde in Taurus, sorry, that's forcing us to contend with what's right in front of us. Those situations that we don't necessarily want to deal with, i.e. when people are being shitty or shady and we want to just say, no, thank you, I'm done with this, and be left alone, but they continue to poke and pick and badger. But like this is saying, it's time to see beyond the past. It's time to let go of the past, let go of what has happened. That is where you're finding freedom in this dynamic. To not hold on, keep someone accountable for what has been. Even though that's not easy to do. I just want to clarify this opportunity. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to forget. What's that saying? You can forgive, but don't forget, I think it's about how invested you want to get into the messiness. That's what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. How invested, how much time, money for some of you, effort, etc. do you want to put into this before you're able to say, you know what? I deserve better. This is not my vibe. I'm not going to sit here and fight with you or do this tit for tat back and forth, because it's getting no one nowhere. And you know this. That's why you want this change, Cancer. But they are offended, taking it personally, and whatever has transpired between you two in the past, that dynamic is not changing, right? It's like, however the toxicity manifested in this relationship, it just hasn't changed. It's this back and forth. It's a hamster wheel. It's the same ride you've been on, And so that's why the opportunity comes from surrendering, letting it all play out, doing what you need to do, but not overextending yourself or investing too much into this, because it's just gonna drain you right now. And it's time to transmute that energy, right? It's time to, instead of fueling the fire, instead of feeding it, it's time to transmute it. Thankfully, just for this week. All right, Cancer. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. Thank you for all the love, support you bring to the channel. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear. I love to connect. Share in a little love, little TLC. I super appreciate you. Now I'm sending love and blessings your way.